Carson. I am a professional soap maker here on this channel. Welcome to my pretty background in my soap making studio that I will show you in December as part of our 12 Days of Soapmas lineup. That's right, I'm gonna clean up around here and actually show you guys where I am. Now today we're making another classic recipe, the Winter Wonderland soap. I've made this plenty of times before. It started way back in the olden days when frozen was still a new thing. And without further ado, let us make some Winter Wonderland soap. All right, let's pour our lye water solution into our oils. And now let's blend on low until just past emulsion. Okay, so I'm going to pour off a little bit of my soap here. This is for the top layer. Then I'm gonna pour off some accent colors, about a pound or so. All right, I'm gonna scrapey my little container, get all that soap down on the side. Now it's time to add our colors. So, the first color I am adding in is titanium dioxide. This is for our base container right here. Then we've got some silver fin blue from Mad Micas mixed with titanium dioxide. Then we have some Key West blue mixed with nothing. It's gonna stand alone. Then we have some Blue Tide mixed with titanium dioxide. Gonna run that around there a little bit more. Get all that goodness. Yes! Get the rest of my fragrance oil in there. And let us blend. Now I'm pouring the accents into the base container. I'm not really worried about where these are falling because the inside design is gonna look virtually the same no matter what. But I am scraping down the sides of my containers because not all of that powder got mixed in. Scrapey, my little containers. This one I'm gonna pour around the edges because I don't think those got very much. Gonna scrapey this little container. Gonna spin this around a little bit. All right, let's pour into our 2 brambleberry molds after this quick commercial break. All right, let us pour. Oh yes, looks so delicious. I'm gonna pour some into that side and then some into this side, making sure everybody gets some color. Once again, scrapey, my big container this time. All right, I'm gonna tap these down. And now I'm gonna take my whittle spoon that has a little bit of glitter on it, it would appear, and texture this top ever so slightly. Just don't want it to be perfectly flat. And I know you're looking at me like, Katie, those aren't filled up to the top. I still have one more layer to pour. Maybe you have forgotten, but there is still a soap off to the side. Now I will mix up the last layer and pour it on top. Right now for that top layer, look how beautimous. Blue Tide coming in strong per usual. Because the top is white, I wanted to make sure that I had a layer separating the light colors. Okay, now I'm gonna level this out and tap it down. Much better. Excellent. All is going swimmingly, and it smells so good. All right, let me mix up the soap frosting, and we'll be back. Here is my frosting all ready to go. I am using a round tip today, the 𝐒𝐿𝐴 808. And y'all, I'm gonna have to pipe this so fast. I probably won't be able to talk. I do not know why it is so thick. I think it might be because it's cold outside. Sometimes that makes a big difference. So I'm just gonna pipe this in fast motion with some cool music, and we'll talk when we can put some embeds on. Guys, I about died trying to get this frosting on. But now that it's on, time to add some glitter. This is Arctic Sparkle from the Good Glitter, which I am now proudly an affiliate for. So if you would like 15% off your purchase, you can use my code down below. Get you some good, eco-friendly, biodegradable glitter for your holiday craftings. And we are adding a lot, and I mean a lot of glitter. I'm actually going to be adding some of it underneath the embeds and some of it on top because the embeds are pretty big and so is the glitter, and I feel like it could possibly take away from them. I don't want them to be fighting for the spotlight, so I'm going to put the glitter on first. I'm also going to take some eco-friendly hollow glitter from Mad Micah's. I'm just tapping my brush in and giving it a shake once down the soap just to put a little on there. And now we can move to the embeds. So first, I have these lovely little signature soap gumball embeds. We're just going to put those right on top. And of course, everything is a little bit thick. It's just a little bit thick right now. So I'm choosing to put the biggest embed on first because, well, quite frankly, that's the one I'm most worried about sticking at this point. It has been at least a year since I've had any frosting do this to me, but I have to admit this is one of the absolute worst batches to have done that on because round frosting is so much harder to hide mistakes with. Ooh, 2 at a time. She's getting slick now. These in, pop these in. 4 more to go. Then I'm going to turn this because all of my embeds always lean slightly to one side whenever I put them in like that, just because I'm leaning over the table, so it's hard to get them exactly perfect. So I have to go in sometimes and write them like this. Often, the frosting is pretty centered. I just have a hard time putting those embeds on correctly. Excellent. And now for the snowflakes. Look how intricate these snowflakes are, because these are just like really stinking big embeds. Always try to straddle these big ones because they're just so big. Someone asked me the other day if I can tell other people's soap batter consistency by watching videos. The answer is yes. Yes, I can. I was watching Danny from Star-Crossed Soapery on TikTok the other day. Shout out to Danny. Hi, boo-boo. I love you, girl. And I was looking at her batch and was like, wow, that frosting is so pipeable. It looks so luscious. And then I could see her piping like the end of her bars, and I was like, oh girl, you better hurry. I can see that thickness. I can see your hands squeezing. Having a hard time. I cannot believe the year is almost over. There have been some parts of the year that seem to have like dragged on forever, and then there's other parts that I'm like, man, that went so fast. Summertime for me, every single year I'm like, I cannot believe it's only 3 months because it comes and goes faster than I can ever truly spend appreciating it. As soon as I'm like, all right, just starting to get the feels for summer, it leaves. Did I miss any? I think everybody's got 1 or 2. Okay, we're good. I'm going to stick an extra one, a 3rd one right here on the end. All right, let me go ahead and just add the rest of the glitter on there. Well, that doesn't take away from it at all. I shouldn't have been so worried. All right, guys, I'm going to spritz the top of this with some rubbing alcohol. Not a whole bunch, just like 3 or 4 spritzes per loaf. And that is it. Our Winter Wonderland soap is complete. It's everything I ever wanted it to be. Look at those embeds. So I'm going to let these sit for 18 to 24 hours, and then we will come back and we will split them open and take a peek at that beautiful inside after this quick commercial break. Okay, guys, I have my cutter Natasha here. I'm going to scoot her over to the side so that I can peel our Winter Wonderland soap out of the mold. So, anyways, I'm just going to peel down the sides of this Brambleberry silicone liner. The soap is already plenty hard. It is unmolding without a problem. It actually has sat in the mold for about 2 days, which is a little longer than normal. I say 18 to 24 hours. It's been about 48 for this one. But whenever you use use the recipe down in the description box below, that should happen to most of your soaps. Unless you have a sticky fragrance oil, it should unmold as cleanly as I just unmolded there. If you're not having that happen, there's a couple of reasons, a couple of things that could be causing the problem, such as higher humidity in the area that you live in. Oh, I don't think Natasha has the clearance I need for these bars. Gonna have to get Evangeline out. So yeah, if your soap isn't unmolding very cleanly using my classic recipe, could be that your fragrance oil has made it sticky. Could be you live in an area with higher humidity and you just need to let it dry a little bit more. If that's the case, I would recommend buying like a little humidifier. You can get the ones that I have on Amazon. I also have a big jumbo one in the shop, but the ones that I use here at the house are only like $50 a piece, and I have to empty out those suckers once a day during really, really humid times. So, could be the humidity, could also be under blending. Soaps that are not blended long enough are kind of sticky. They generally just have more of a problem. So be sure that you're blending your batter long enough. And yeah, that should help you a whole bunch. So, I'm just gonna press down with Evangeline here. Let's see that swirly twirly in the side. Yep, here we go. Oh, I love it. I specifically tried to get some really big swirls in here, but it could be in future batches that it's not quite that swirled. That's one of the natures of handmade products, including handmade soap, that every single batch is different. Every single pour is different. So while this one is super smurly, wow, that's the mix of smelly and swirly. It's smurly. While this one is super swirly, the other ones might not be swirled as much. And yes, the original design, I believe, was called Ice Castle. I'm trying to just reach back into like the depths of my memory here. Pretty sure it was called Ice Castle, and it was inspired by Elsa from Frozen when Frozen first came out, which was so long ago. I hadn't even seen the movie when I made the bar. I just had a lot of little girls commenting on YouTube saying they wanted an Elsa soap. I looked her up, I watched the little song on YouTube and was like, all right, I think I got it. So I called it Ice Castle. Lots of people really liked it, and I've been bringing it back ever since as Winter Wonderland. Yay! The question of the day is, which movie is better, Frozen 1 or Frozen 2? And no, you're not allowed to answer. I don't like Frozen. You don't like anything about it? Not the animation, not the like songs, anything. Find anything to like and then tell me which one you prefer down below. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I like the second one better. Thought the second one was better. Thought the story made a lot more sense. But I wanna know what you think, so tell me down below and I'll let all my little sisters read your comments. That way they can feel justified in their own opinions about whether or not Frozen 2 was better. I feel like a lot of you are gonna say it was. I think that's kind of the general consensus. But amongst their friends, they're the only ones that think that. So, sound off in the comments for Frozen 2. I'm thrilled to death. I hope all you people that like Frozen and Frozen 2, be you young or be you old, appreciate this bar, because you guys were the initial inspiration. And it just goes so well with a holiday collection. Like, snowflakes, come on, everybody loves that. Secretly, well, it's about to not be secret, but it's been secret in the past. Secretly, this is the bar that I tend to use from my holiday collection the most because I like the colors, and I think the colors look really nice in a bathroom. Caleb typically opts for the Evergreen soap, the one that has all the essential oils in it. That's his favorite bar, even though now I'm sure he's gonna change to the mahogany and amber because that one's really good. I don't know. There's a lot of bars, and we have a lot of sinks between my house and my mom's house, so we really could just put one at every sink and ta-da! So yeah, the 12 days of Soapmas is coming up. So if you're not subscribed, you may want to be. I'll be putting some reminders and stuff on Instagram in case you guys like forget that that's going to be a thing. But what 12 days of Soapmas is me uploading a video for 12 days leading up to Christmas. It's like Vlogmas, but it doesn't require as much time. Also, I don't do vlogs, so I can't really be a part of Vlogmas, so I made up my own. It's the 12 days of Soapmas now. We're going to be doing doing craft kits. We're going to be doing bubble bars. I'm going to have special guests. I'm going to show you guys my studio. It is going to be a hoot and a half, and you don't want to miss it. So that when you're slinking away from grandma late at night and she's asked you a million personal questions nobody should be asking you, but she feels it necessary to, you can just crawl into bed and pull up the covers and watch soap and forget that ever happened. That example may or may not have been based on a true story. Anyway, I hope you guys have an absolutely royal day. I will see you guys on Saturday. That is also the holiday collection launch. So set your alarms and stuff. And if you want to know a little bit more about how collection launches work here at Royalty Soaps, you can go back to the heirloom pumpkin video. In the first 5 minutes, I talk all about why we do certain things, how certain things will be set up, how you can have your best chance of getting everything that your heart desires as far as soap goes from our store. You can watch that little snippet. I'll put it right now in the upper right hand corner of the screen. I will also have you know, we have made more soap than I ever thought I would ever make in my life for this month, for this holiday collection. So if you haven't been able to get something in the past, chances are you will be able to get something this time, because we are loaded to the gills with soap bars. And that's about it for me. I hope you guys have an absolutely royal day, and I will see you guys on Saturday. So until then, bye for now.